Hi, my name is Oleg Shetsov, and today with me Dmytro, Lavraniuk, and Owen Griffith. So let's begin. Owen is from Pharos Avantgard, and we are going to speak about challenges that anybody who decided to own and launch a successful MVNO faces in their path from the idea to implementation. And in this video, you will learn how the partnership between PortaOne and Pharos can help you to get into the flow. So if you will watch this video and follow the steps, most likely you will be able to determine if your MVNO or service provider idea is viable and how it can be converted into the great, appealing product. So, Dmytro, let's start. What are the challenges MVNO startups typically face?
Okay, so the common question that any business has to find an answer to is, do we have a market fit? In other words, launching an idea before the market really needs it will result in a business that has no customers, or alternatively, starting a company when the market is fully settled will guarantee fierce competition. So the very first challenge for an MVNO startup will be to find the right niche. For example, one can opt for selling a product tailored to a specific audience, such as youth, business, media, entertainment, migrants, or tourists. Okay.
So let's assume I have a great business idea. Well, what's next?
Mm-hmm. Well, it is important to realize that the implementation of one's business idea will immensely depend on the available infrastructure. That is, what is supported by your mobile operator. You can have a great business plan, but do not have a slightest idea about the technological mumbo jumbo like Camel face, right?
Yeah, of course. So the technologies supported by your mobile operator are quite important. But
Mm-hmm.
does it impact our mutual customers in any way?
Mm-hmm. So, vast majority of service providers and MVNOs today find it very promising to focus on retail markets where prepaid services are dominating. For example, provide cheap voice calls minutes to student communities who are frequently calling home. In order to offer such exceptional prepaid services, operators would normally need the online charging engine. Of course, one could always do the offline billing, but this imposes a risk when a mobile subscriber uses more than their subscription allows, and the operator reports losses after all. So another challenge for an MVNO is to deploy real-time charging for subscribers, transactions, and sessions.
All right, so real-time charging is a challenge, right? What's needed to get the mobile services charged in the real time?
Mhm. Like I said, you need to have an on-large billing system for this. That is the system that will be responsible for charging your mobile subscribers and implementation of your mobile products. Your mobile operator needs to have on-large charging interfaces towards an MVNO. Popular ones are Radius, Diameter, and Camel. And without on-large charging, your potential subscriber base may be quite limited to businesses or credit customers.
Okay, and in what cases PortaOne brings technology partners in?
Uh-huh. For instance, when mobile operators require support of Camel, in such cases, we recommend using solutions from our technology partners, such as Pharos Charging Interworking Gateway. Due to this integration, an MVNO can perform real-time checks of the customer's balance, for example, for um, various services, calculate the amount to charge for the consumed services, be it voice calls or anything else, to ensure that there is no unauthorized usage or balance overdraft.
All right, Owen, can you tell us more about Pharos and why MVNOs might need your solutions?
Yeah, thank you. So Pharos Avantgard, a company based out of South Africa, they're on the tip of Africa. We've been going for about 25 years, serving operators in our region. We're a software company, really specializing in the telco space. And, we're really passionate about real-time services. We've made a name for ourselves doing things in real time, doing things in the VAS space, doing things with SMS, with USSD, with prepaid, location-based services, and many other things. So you can check out our website. Real-time charging is one of the areas that's often misunderstood. It's a very convenient user experience to have a prepaid account, but in order to facilitate that, technically has its challenges, because mobile networks were never designed with prepaid in mind. They were always designed to do postpaid and make CDRs, and you rate and charge those later on, and that's all fine. So prepaid was always a retrofit to mobile networks, and protocols like Camel have come to been developed to mitigate that and make it a bit easier to launch prepaid services. However, Camel is very much the preserve of mobile operators, and they speak Camel between each other, they speak Camel internally, and it's a good protocol, but it's not friendly and not easy for third parties to integrate with. And that's where our Charging Interworking Gateway comes in, where it takes all the complexities of Camel and ring fences it and exposes it the functions that Camel offers via a simple diameter interface. So that's one of the things that Pharos is particularly proud of, is our Charging Interworking Gateway and the work that we've done with PortaOne.
Yeah. So now basically any MVNO can benefit from PortaOne and Pharos joint efforts. You can focus on providing exceptional customer experience and growing your subscriber base, while PortaOne, MVNO billing software, and Pharos Charging Interworking Gateway can both help you scale while reducing operational costs, right?
It sounds very, very promising, Dmytro. So can you tell us how the interoperability between PortaBilling and Pharos Interworking Gateway actually went? So what happened and how did we deliver?
So PortaBilling online charging system is fully converged. It enables charging for voice calls, SMS, data, and value-added services such as IPTV and ringtones, and creating an unlimited number of service wallets, quotas, discount plans, and whatnot. One of our customers who decided to launch an MVNO needed a Camel gateway, but they had no desire to develop it from scratch. So their choice was Pharos Charging Interworking Gateway. Hence, our engineers just had to verify that all intended charging scenarios work fine when subscribers start enjoying their new services. And luckily, PortaOne and Pharos have enough experience in the domain, so we just had to quickly adjust some minor pieces in our software to ensure that PortaBilling supports real-time charging for domestic and roaming calls, SMS, and even USSD.
What's USSD? You said USSD, charging for USSD. Owen, can you tell us how it's like, in what situation it happens? Like, how comes that USSD sessions are not free?
It's a very interesting question, and something that really started out in the South African market, where the operators wanted to monetize USSD instead of it being a traditionally free service. There's all sorts of interesting things that are done with USSD in the South African market. And one of the operators that we were serving at the time requested this functionality, and we developed it on our USSD gateway. It's another one of the products that we provide, a really high performance carrier grade USSD gateway that has a real-time charging component. So a lot of people scratch their heads when they say charging and USSD. That doesn't really make sense, but there are significant monetization opportunities when done right. You can create value using USSD services. And in our market, we found that people are happy to pay for those. And it's an interesting approach, a combination of duration and intervals. So, for example, in this market, you charge for every 20 seconds of usage of USSD. So it's kind of like a voice call, because USSD has a session nature, but it also has an event nature. So it's a bit of a strange one, but it's been very successful in the South African market. So I'm sure other operators might find that useful, that it is possible to real-time charge USSD if you should desire to do so.
Yeah. So in order to help service providers who are operating at markets where USSD services are in demand, PortaOne also implemented real-time charging over the diameter protocol. So these services can also be monetized. Just an example. So now when a subscriber dials, for instance, *102 *4# to change the current package, the service provider is able to charge them, let's say, 20 cents for this request. And even depending on the session duration, right?
But I guess that there is some more about it. Like even the provider, even for instance, MVNO do not want to charge anything for the USSDs. PortaBilling provides a way to account vendor charges. For instance, if your MNO charges for USSD, then you can create proper charges for vendors. So which is also, I guess, helpful to understand your pure costs and expenses on the MNO side. So Dmytro, let's walk through the steps that are normally taken from MVNO or service provider, from idea to successful implementation.
Well, there is no silver bullet or some secret sauce. It's just 4 basic steps, where step 1 is get the agreement with your mobile operator. You just need to find out what options and interfaces are open for MVNOs in your markets, right? Step number 2 is you have to decide what type of MVNO you want to be, as the configuration and infrastructure of your mobile core network will depend on this. And the more complete and advanced the solution, the bigger your capabilities should be. So step number 3, find a reliable technology partner. You can get support from industry experts like PortaOne and Pharos if your own experience does not suffice. And final step 4, focus on marketing and billing. MVNO is just another business model, so you need to know where, why, and how to build your customers, and let us, PortaOne, help you choose the right solution.
Perfect. So, Dmytro, there is a strong opinion, or even we can say belief, that launching an MVNO is extremely expensive. Does it have a ground? Is it still the case in 2021? Is it a huge investment or something really that smaller companies can afford?
Well, this in fact depends on multiple factors: local legislation, competition, and type of MVNO to be launched, be it branded resellers, light, or full MVNO. Well, the majority of MVNOs launched recently are resellers of the existing mobile operators, or light MVNOs, those who just own their own billing systems. This way, operators can start selling mobile services with minimum investments. And there's even a story about our customer in Norway from the times when local telecoms did not support API for resellers and MVNOs. And every time they had to activate a new SIM card, they just were forced to call their mobile operator. Of course, it was long ago, many years ago, but at those times, mobile operators did not provide online charging, did not provide usage records, or usage records could be delayed for months. Still, our customer was selling the mobile services and quite succeeded in that segment. Well, now the situation is very different, and MNOs provide access to the real-time charging protocols, and these protocols are standardized. Thus, you can launch MVNO or a service provider for low-cost prepaid segments. Well, to make your own product offering more competitive and differentiated from your mobile operator, you need a billing system. So if you are our customer, you already have a decent billing system. Now, let me summarize the 4 steps that we were just mentioning, where step number 1 is to get the agreement with your mobile operator. Step 2 is decide what type of MVNO you want to be. Step 3, find reliable technology provider like PortaOne and Pharos. And step 4, focus on marketing and billing rather than technology stack. And PortaOne and Pharos will enable real-time charging of your voice, SMS, and USSD services so that you don't need to integrate your billing solution to the mobile core on your own.
All right, so if you have a business idea and you would like to validate it, or you already have PortaBilling and want to add mobile services to your portfolio, please reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to help you with your move, with your project towards getting mobile subscribers, increasing your subscriber base, and selling great mobile products. We're happy to be here, and we're happy to help you with mobile segment. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Dmytro.
Thank you.
And thanks for everyone who watched to the end. I hope you have enjoyed. So contact us and let's make your mobile story.